Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. I'm going to be doing some play-by-play today of Baylor and Oklahoma State. This is the Big 12 championship game. Oklahoma State garnered a big victory last week versus Oklahoma to enforce their college football playoff case. A win today could very well get them inside the top four. Baylor currently has two losses, one of them coming to Oklahoma State, the other to TCU. Oklahoma State will kick the ball off to start out things, so Baylor will receive first. Oklahoma State gets a second half kickoff. Kick is off, and we are underway here. This will not be returnable. It'll just go for a touchback, so Baylor will start out at the 25-yard line. Blake Shapen is the quarterback for the Bears. He's a redshirt freshman currently. He's their backup. They had Gary Bohannon, but Bohannon, with the hamstring injury, did not play last week. He could have played this week, but they're choosing to use him as a backup right now. If in an emergency situation they need to use him, they can. But they're, I think, a little bit worried about his stats right now. So Shapen will start for the Bears. First down and 10 here with 15 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's Shapen's second ever career start. He looks, has time, throws a quick check down. That's caught by his receiver. His receiver has space here. Gets us near midfield to about the 47 or 8 yard line. So a great 20-plus yard play to start out for the Bears. It'll be first down and 10 on that little check down. And again, Baylor, even with their two losses, may have a case if they win and things go their way. Possibly if Alabama gets blown out, Cincinnati loses, or Michigan loses, they may have a chance. If it comes down to a Notre Dame, Alabama, or Baylor, they could still have a chance. So loss in errors that could help the Bears. Here we have a handoff, but a flag comes in. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bears. It is. 14:29 here to go in the first quarter. And the call, false start. So it's a 5-yard penalty. You'll back the Bears up a bit. Baylor making their second ever Big 12 championship game appearance. They lost 2 years ago to Oklahoma in what was a thriller game. Matt Rule was coaching the Bears, but Oklahoma prevailed in overtime. If they had won that game, they probably would have gone to the college football playoff and played LSU that year in the semifinal. Here it's a little bit of an option play. It's a toss out to the right to the running back. He gets it past midfield for a solid gain of about 11 or 12 yards on the carry, and it'll be a second down and short now coming up for Baylor. Blake Shapen, the quarterback, did get hit pretty hard there, but he comes up right away, looking fine. Second down and 5, officially down in distance. We are past midfield, as I said. Ball officially at the Oklahoma State 48-yard line. Shapen looking here. He has a man open at the 40, and he gets a little bit of space. He'll bring this down to the 32 or 33-yard line. So far, Baylor early on having no trouble moving it against this Oklahoma State defense that's ranked number 3 in the country. Very unusual to see a Big 12 defense be rated this high, especially Oklahoma State of all teams. Oklahoma State has been notorious under Mike Gundy for having high-powered offenses but not very impressive defenses. It's been a little bit of the opposite this year, but they are struggling here early on. 13:07 to go in the first quarter. First down and 10 at the Oklahoma State 34-yard line. Shapen looking as time throws it out to his right for a quick check down. It'll go for about 3 or 4 yards before the receiver goes out of bounds. And it'll bring up a second down and medium now for the Bears. That was Gavin Yates, the freshman tight end, with the reception and run. Last time the Bears were in the national championship conversation, it was when they last won the Big 12 10 years ago in 2011. Came in third place in the final BCS standings, one spot out of the national championship game. That was a big controversy, and it actually did start the college football playoff conversation. Here's a handoff, and there's a fumble, and it looks like Oklahoma State recovers. So Oklahoma State avoids a Baylor score there, and they're going to have the ball now. Came right out clear, and plenty of Oklahoma State defenders there to bounce on it. No question about it. So a drive that looks so promising for Baylor fades out just on one play. And now we'll get to see Oklahoma State earned their first turn. Spencer Sanders, the redshirt junior, the quarterback for Oklahoma State. He's been improving as the season's gone along. Still not incredible. As I said, this Oklahoma State offense isn't really at the helm of the success of this team, but they're still pretty impressive. He's still a decent quarterback overall. So here we go. First down and 10 for Oklahoma State at the Baylor 26-yard line with 12:14 to go in the first quarter. It's going to be a fake handoff. We have a little bit of play action here. Sanders looking, throws. He has an open man downfield, and it's incomplete, tip, nearly intercepted, almost went in the hands of a Baylor defender, but it brings up a second down and 10 now with 12:07 to go in the first quarter. Sanders just overthrew that a little bit. Luckily, it does not cost them. Oklahoma State wasted no time getting back up to the line here. Here we go, second down and 10. Sanders looking. He's going to run with it now. Pressure comes. He fumbles it, picks it up again. He'll get a gain of about 3 yards off recovering the football, but it does bring up a third down and long situation now for the Pokes. Sanders just lucky to get that ball back. He makes something out of nothing at the very minimum. 11:45 here to go in the first quarter. Baylor, of course, does have another great defense as well. Both these teams are two of the leaders when it comes to defense in the Big 12. Again, it shows that the landscape of the conference is changing a little bit. The Big 12 is notorious, not even just Oklahoma State, but just in general for high-powered offenses, not strong defenses. Here, pressure comes. We have a screen to a running back. He has a little bit of space, and it looks like he's going to spin for the first down. He will get the first down here. Or Baylor is saying they stopped him. It's going to be close. They're probably going to have to measure it here. It's officially 11:18 to go in the first quarter. And looks like they may bring the chains out. We'll see. No signal yet. Very close either way. That was Dominic Richardson, the sophomore, with the carry. Nice spin by him even to get that close to the first down. And Oklahoma State does have it. They're going to move the chains here. By a few inches, the football is across the first down line. So the Cowboys keep possession of the football. Mike Gundy, in his 17th season as the Oklahoma State head coach, I believe that is the third longest tenure for a coach at a university in college football. Among the others are, of course, Kirk Ferentz, who's also coaching in a conference championship game today with the Iowa Hawkeyes. First down, 10 here, ball at the 36-yard line. Sanders going to fake the handoff, run it himself. He has a little bit of space here. He'll get 2 yards. The Baylor defense quick to get to him, closing that space quickly. So it'll be second down long with 11:01 to go in the first quarter. Second down and 8 officially. Ball at the 37-yard line. Sanders looking. Has time. There's a quick check down pass, but it's incomplete. The Baylor defense there, and the pass was low anyway. It brings up another third down long situation now for Oklahoma State. Third down and 8 officially with 10:43 to go in the first quarter. Oklahoma State, again, not really going to the huddle here. Quick to get back up the line, even with the incompletion. Baylor has time to make changes, regardless. So here we go, second, third down of the game already for the Pokes. Pressure does come here. Sanders throws. He has a man. It's going to be caught at the 48-yard line of Oklahoma State. And the Cowboys move the chains once again on a third down and long situation with 10:35 to go in the first quarter. So we have this ball now near midfield. Oklahoma State again in the hurry up here. Sanders looking, has time. Still looking, throws. He's got a man over the middle. It's going to be caught for about a gain of 7 yards. This crosses midfield. We are now into Baylor territory. That's Tay Martin, the senior, with the catch. Second down now. Ball at the 44-yard line. Sanders going to fake the handoff option play himself. He's going to get hit right away, though. Nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and it brings up a third down in short situation with 9:50 to go in the first quarter. That was Bernard of Baylor with the tackle. Terrell Bernard, the senior captain for the Bears. Here we go. Third down. It's going to be run up the middle. Oklahoma State again gets a big gain on third down. They're in field goal range now, near the 30-yard line or so. So no problem converting on third down. 3 for 3. And Baylor's one of the best third down teams in the Big 12 defensively, but they are struggling here early on. First down and 10 from the 34-yard line now. Sanders looking, takes a shot. Down the left sideline. It's going to be caught. Inside the 10-yard line, Oklahoma State now has a first down and goal. Beautiful throw there, an even better catch. 2 defenders on the receiver, but he's able to come up with a beautiful catch, secure that football. So they move the chains. That was Jaden Bray, the freshman, with the reception. Here's a handoff to the running back. He goes right, avoids a defender, but he still gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a second down and goal at the 8-yard line with 8:50 to go in the first quarter. That was Jalen Warren with the carry. Current drive already lasted 11 plays for 67 yards in 3.5 minutes about. Here we go, second down and goal. Sanders going to hand it off to his running back. He gets a gain of about 3 yards, brings it to the 5. So we're approaching the fourth third down situation of the drive already. And again, Oklahoma's been successful on all 3 thus far. That was Dominique Richardson with the carry. Richardson in the backfield again. Here you go, third down and goal. Sanders looking, has time, throws to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, no flags, and that brings up a fourth down and goal. And it looks like Oklahoma State is going to be forced to kick a field goal on their first possession. Solid coverage by the Baylor defense. That football was intended for Blaine Green, the freshman wide receiver. And so at 7:56 here, Tanner Brown comes on to kick for Oklahoma State. He's made 11 of 14 field goals this season. His longest is 49 yards. He's a senior. This should be no problem from the right hash. A 23-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. So Oklahoma State jumps out to an early lead over Baylor in the Big 12 championship game. After that Baylor fumble, is 3-0 in favor of the Pokes. We're going to go to a commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Thank you for joining in. Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. Oklahoma State out to an early lead here, 3-0 after some Baylor miscues. The Pokes will kick it off. Baylor start with it first down and 10 with 7:52 here to go in the first quarter. So here we go. The kick is underway. This one will be returnable. The return will take it out. And he'll get to about the 21-yard line, so it's going to cost him a few yards to bring that one out. Oklahoma State and Baylor, of course, both staying in the current Big 12, or in the new Big 12, I should say. The current Big 12 is going to be changing drastically in the future with schools like Cincinnati, BYU, UCF, and Houston. Three of those who are ranked. One of those who's had a few great seasons in the past. They're going to be going to the Big 12. Oklahoma and Texas are going to be leaving the Big 12. So very different look. First time in a while, though, we haven't seen Oklahoma in this Big 12 championship game. Ball at the 21-yard line. Quarterback looking Rosa to his left. He has a man open. It'll be good for about 8 or 9 yards. Bring up a second down and short now for Baylor. With officially 7:30 to go in the first quarter. Baylor did struggle last week. They only won by 3 against Texas Tech, a game that came down to the very end. Texas Tech had a chance to tie and send it to overtime, but the Bears prevailed. If they had lost that game, Oklahoma would have played Oklahoma State in a rematch of last week's game. Here's a handoff from Shapen to his running back. His running back spins around a couple times. He's only going to get about a half a yard, maybe a yard, and it brings up third down and short for Baylor. So another crucial situation coming up here for the Bears. That was Abram Smith, I do believe, the redshirt sophomore with the carry. Dave Aranda, the coach of Baylor, he's been one of the better defensive-minded people in college football. He was a part of that LSU Tigers team in 2019. He was their defensive coordinator. Since gotten the Baylor job, done a whole transformation. They look pretty good. Here's a handoff to the running back. He's not going to get anything, though. He is stuffed, and Baylor forces or Oklahoma State, I should say, forces a fourth down here. So Baylor's going to have to punt it away. That was Rodriguez with a tackle for Oklahoma State. So officially fourth down and 1, but it's in their own territory, so you imagine Baylor would just punt it away. Malcolm Rodriguez, the one with the tackle there, he leads Oklahoma State in tackles. It's his third straight season doing that. Punt will be called for a fair catch here at the 22-yard line. So Oklahoma State will start off with the average field position. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. And we'll go to a quick commercial break. I'll be back in a minute or two. Thank you, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. We have the Big 12 championship game here. Oklahoma State leads 3-0 currently. The ball is at their own 32-yard or 22-yard line, I should say. Play action pass here. It's going to be a throw to the right. Running back voids a defender. He'll get about a yard before being tackled, though, and brings up a second down long. Obviously, one of the key factors of Oklahoma scoring on their last drive to put those three on the board was their success on third down conversions. Converted all but one. 3 of 4 overall. And of course, Baylor just had that quick 3 and out there. The Oklahoma defense stepping up. The first drive Baylor had was looking pretty promising, but of course, they fumbled the football and Oklahoma State got it. That's how they turned it into 3 points. Second down and 9 now. 5 minutes to go. Sanders looking. He has plenty of time here. Throws over the middle. It's going to be intercepted by Baylor. The defender's returning the other way. He has some space here. He's at the 30, the 20. He keeps going to the 10, and he goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So Baylor going to have great field position here. It's going to be a first down and goal for the Bears. The defense comes up big when the offense was struggling with 4:48 here to go in the first quarter. Sanders had plenty of time, no pressure. But there were 2 defenders around his receiver there. Not really much space, very tight pocket, and it costs him with throwing that football. So Baylor now knocking on the door, threatening to take the lead. That was J.T. Woods, a senior safety, with the interception there. And so here we go. The Baylor offense out on the field. They're going to officially mark it at the 11-yard line. So not a first down and goal just quite yet. Chapin looking, he throws out right. He has a man on check down. He gets this for about 9 yards or so, and it's going to be a second down and maybe 1 at the 2-yard line. So Baylor inside the 5 now with 4:30 to go in the first quarter. And officially it is marked inside the 2. So here you go. Baylor at the line, threatening to score a touchdown here after the Oklahoma State interception. Chapin rolling out to his right. He's going to take it himself. It looks like Oklahoma State may have stopped him. Question will be, does he get the first down? They were about within a yard, so it's going to be close. We'll see. And it doesn't look like they mark him there. He's going to be short, so it brings up a third down 1 situation now for Baylor with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Be interesting to see if Baylor goes for it because, again, they are inside the 2-yard line right now. So if they don't get this, you definitely have options. Field goal would seem, after the interception, would seem not enough. They line up in the I formation here. Oklahoma State stacking the line. It's a play action pass. Chapin throws the end zone. He has a wide open man. It is a Baylor touchdown, and the Bears take the lead here 6-3. Quick play action pass. Pressure came, but he finds Ben Sims in the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown reception. And so the score here in the Big 12 championship game is 6-3. Chapin hit as he threw there. Nice throw. So now Baylor will try to kick the extra point. That scoring drive, 3 plays for 11 yards in 1 minute 27 seconds after the interception by Sanders. Kick is up here. It is down the middle. It is good. So Baylor leads in the Big 12 championship game by a score of 7-3 with 3:21 to go. We're going to go quick commercial break. I'll be back in a minute or so. Welcome back, everybody. The stream. Baylor is about to kick it off. They just scored a touchdown and are up 7-3. Kick is underway, and this will not be returned. It will go for a touchback with 3:21 here to go in the first. So both teams have a turnover that ended up costing them points. Baylor fumbled on their first drive. It resulted in an Oklahoma State field goal, and then Sanders for Oklahoma State threw an interception. That resulted in a Baylor touchdown. So here we go. Sanders and company at the 25-yard line. Sanders going to hand it off. It'll be good for about a gain of 5 yards or so. So it'll bring up a second down and medium with 3:15 here to go in the first quarter. Oklahoma State on their first drive, very, very hurry up offense like. Not wasting much time at all. Got to the line quickly. Not in the huddle here again. So wasting no time on this Baylor defense. Makes sense, obviously. You don't want those changes. Baylor is one of the best defenses in the Big 12. Very consistent. Second down and 6. Going to be a fake handoff, play action. Pressure comes. Quarterback throws a check down the right. It'll be good for about a gain of 1 or 2 yards there, maybe at most at the 31-yard line. But it does bring up now a third down and medium with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. So Oklahoma State eyeing a 3-and-out situation if they cannot convert here. Dominique Richardson in the backfield for the Pokes right now. Here we go. Sanders looking. Pressure comes. He rolls it to his right. He's going to take it himself. He gets the first down. Will go for about a gain of 5 yards. So Oklahoma State moves the chains thanks to Sanders' ability to scramble with the football. And there's 2:19 here to go in the first quarter. So first down, 10 here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're just in the backfield again. Ball at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a fake handoff option play. Pressure comes. Sanders has to get rid of it, and it's intercepted again. Another interception by Sanders. He was just trying to get that away to his receiver, but he throws it a little bit too short to the right sideline, and it's an interception for Baylor in Oklahoma State territory inside the 40, so knocking on field goal range again already. So the pressure was what forces Sanders to get rid of that football. Came very close to getting sacked, but it's a very, very costly turnover for Oklahoma State. That was Matt Jones, the sophomore, with the interception. So here we go. Baylor first down and 10 with 1:48 inside the 40 at the 37-yard line officially. 3 drives for Baylor. This will be the third time already in Oklahoma State territory. And the refs temporarily stopped the play, evaluating one of the offensive linemen. But here we go. First down and 10, 1:48 to go in the first quarter. It's a play action pass here. Plenty of time. There's a deep shot downfield to his receiver. A little bit of a hold, and there is a flag call. Looks like we're going to get some defensive pass interference. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Chapin did overthrow his receiver a little bit, but there was a tug maybe on the collar, it looked like there. Yep, and there is a tug on the back of the jersey, so that is a good call. So this puts Baylor now at the 22-yard line, so they're knocking on the red zone. I believe that is Oklahoma State's first penalty of the game thus far. Chapin going to hand it off to his running back. His running back goes up the middle. He's only going to get a yard there on the play. There is a flag, though. We'll see what this is all about. Baylor already one flag called on them for a false start today. And we have an offside on the defense here. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and I believe that'll be a repeat of first down. So first down and 5 coming up for the Bears now with 1:37 to go in the first quarter. Treston Ebner in the backfield, the senior running back for the Bears. Tight end in motion to the right. Chapin looking. Pressure comes here. He gets sacked immediately. Doesn't throw the ball away. And he is down at about the 25 or 26-yard line. Pressure all over the place from Oklahoma State. The Baylor offensive line could not hold. So it's going to be a second down and long now coming up for the Bears. That was Trey Sterling, the senior, with the sack. He's a safety. Maybe 1 or 2 more plays here to go in the first quarter. We are officially under 30 seconds. Second down and 13 coming up. Chapin looking. Has time. Throws over the middle. It's caught inside the 10-yard line. His receiver making a few moves, still on his feet, and he gets this to about the 4 or 3. Oklahoma State was trying to rip that football out. They couldn't, though, so it's first down and goal again for the Bears. Perfect throw by Chapin. Inside a few defenders. And his receiver makes something out of nothing after the reception. Looked like he was going to get tackled immediately, but gets an extra 4 or so yards to get that football inside the 5. Shaping today 7 for 7 for 80 yards and a touchdown. And again, he is a freshman. He's playing only in his second game so far as a starter. And that is the end of the first quarter. So Baylor leads Oklahoma State by a score of 7-3. We will go to commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Thank you for joining in. Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. The Big 12 championship game here. Baylor leads 7-3. They are knocking on the door with a first down and goal now. Start of the second quarter. Blake Shapen looking. Has time towards the end zone. He has a wide open man. It is caught inside the end zone. That is a Baylor touchdown, and the Bears lead 13-3 here. A double-digit lead. That's Drew Estrella with the reception. So Baylor, 3 drives, get every single one in Oklahoma State territory. The first obviously was a fumble, though, so Oklahoma State recovered that. But these last 2, they made quick work of their team's interceptions and 2 touchdowns. And the receiver does get 1 foot down, very close, but it clearly is in bounds. So now the extra point for the Bears. That scoring drive, 3 plays for 37 yards in 1 minute and 54 seconds. Now the kicker for the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. So Baylor leads 14-3 now with 14:54 to go in the second quarter. Estrella's 23rd catch of the year, his first touchdown on the season so far for the Bears, and it does come at a good time. So Oklahoma State going to have to do a little bit of climbing and get back in this game. No problem, though, for the Pokes, right? Because obviously similar situation to last week. They were down against Baylor in the third quarter, came back or down against Oklahoma in the third quarter, I should say, but came back and won that football game with no problem. They did not allow Oklahoma to score a single touchdown offensively in that second half. So their defense, of course, can come up with the big plays, and they seem to be playing better down the stretch than anybody. So here you go. Baylor to kick the football away. Spencer Sanders and company will come on off of the kickoff return. Be their 4th drive thus far of the game. Again, 2 interceptions so far on those 3 drives. 1 did turn into 3 points. This one, not returnable, will go for a touchback, and so Oklahoma State will start out at the 25-yard line. So Sanders and company comes out here. Desmond Jackson in the backfield for Oklahoma State. I believe they are having running back issues right now. One of the running backs is issues. I think it's Jalen Warren. He's limping a little bit on the sideline. Here's a handoff to the right. The running back goes nowhere. He's going to lose yards, about a loss of 1 or 2 here. So the Baylor defense all over that this time. And again, that was Desmond Jackson, the redshirt senior transfer, on the carry for the Bears. Or, sorry, for the Pokes, I should say. Siaki Ika with the tackle for Baylor. Second down, 11 now. Sanders looking. Pressure does come. And he's going to have to check it down to his running back, but he's going to lose about 4, maybe 5, even 6 yards. So it's going to be 3rd down and very long now for Oklahoma State. Pressure came, but Sanders just should have thrown that ball away. It's going to cost them a lot of yards there, basically the same thing as taking a sack. 3rd down, 15 officially at their own 19. It's going to be a handoff here to his running back, and that will only go for about a gain of 3 or so yards. So Oklahoma State will be forced to punt it away for the first time today with 13:40 to go in the second quarter. Baylor is going to have pretty good field position, stopping them for a 3-and-out. Treston Ebner to return it for Baylor. Tom Hutton, the punter for Oklahoma State. Punt is up and away. A fair catch will be called for at the 30-yard line by Ebner. So Baylor will start with average field position with 13:06 to go in the second quarter. And I'll go to a quick break for just a minute, guys. All right, everybody. So Blake Shapen and company back on the field. Shapen is 8 for 8 today for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. He throws a check down into the right here, but his receiver gets nothing there. That is Ebner with the catch. It's going to be a second down and 10 with 13:02 to go in the second quarter. So the Oklahoma State defense all over that one. Shapen, the #1 shortstop recruit in the state of Louisiana for baseball. Of course, we have many dual sport athletes in high school. Second down and 10, the official down and distance. Shapen going to fake the handoff. Going to be a toss to his left to Ebner, but Ebner doesn't get anything here. Maybe at most a yard after a push from his offensive line, but it's not going to be much. And so now Baylor is facing a 3-and-out here with a third down and 9 or so coming up. 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. Baylor 1 for 2 for third downs today. Oklahoma State 4 for 6 thus far. Ball at the 33-yard line. Shapen looking. Pressure does come. Throws. He has a man over the middle. It's caught for about a gain of 6, but clearly not enough. And Oklahoma State comes up with a big stop. And so they're going to get the football back now for their offense. It'll officially go as a gain of 7 for the review. And so now Isaac Power to kick it away for Baylor. Brennan Presley, the punt returner. Kick gets off cleanly. A fair catch will be called, or no, the ball will bounce at around the 10-yard line. It'll be officially down at the 8. So with 11:07 to go, Sanders and company will come out on the field again. They're going to be in tough field position. They're going to have to drive 90-plus yards if they want to get their first touchdown of the day. We're going to go to commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes. So thank you for joining in. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Baylor leads Oklahoma State 14-30, currently in the Big 12 championship game. The Bears looking to garner the first Big 12 championship in quite a while. First down and 10 now coming up for Oklahoma State. It's going to be a handoff, but his running back goes nowhere. He's going to lose a yard or two. So that will set Oklahoma State back to the 7-yard line. The Baylor defense performed pretty well overall so far today. That first drive, a couple of mishaps, but after that, it's been pretty impressive. 10:45 to go in the second quarter. Sanders going to hand it off to his running back again, but he gets stuffed immediately. He's going to be stopped at around the 5 or 6 yard line. So Oklahoma State is going the wrong way here. It's going to be third down and very long coming up for the Pokes. And Jalen Warren, the starting running back for Oklahoma State, has gone to the locker room. So we'll see his stats later today. But that is a big, big loss for Oklahoma State if he cannot play for the rest of the game. Officially third down and 12 coming here with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Of course, that last drive for the Cowboys was a quick 3-and-out, trying to avoid it here again. We are under the 10-minute mark. Can't really afford to take a sack here. Could be a safety. Pressure comes. Sanders unleashes a deep shot down the field. It is incomplete. No flags. That's a fourth down and 12, and Oklahoma State will have to punt this ball away from the shadow of their own end zone. So now really Baylor has a very, very good chance of getting good field position here. They're already up 14-3 with 9:46 to go in the second quarter. Good coverage all around there. The receiver, 3 defenders around him. A little bit of contact, but no call there. So Tom Hunton on a punted away, and he is at the very back of his end zone. Tristan Ebner to return it for Baylor. Kick is off. There is a flag on the play. We'll see about what this is all about. Fair catch is called for at about the 48-yard line. Assuming it's probably going to be an offside on Baylor. It did come in early in the play. And no, it is an illegal formation. So it's an illegal formation on Oklahoma State there. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced, though, at the end of the play, so not before the play. So we're not going to redo the punt here. But Baylor will have it past midfield now inside Oklahoma State territory with those extra 5 yards tacked on. So this will be Baylor's 5th drive so far today. It's going to be their fourth drive already in Oklahoma State territory. Their defense has given them plenty of opportunities this far to put points on the board. Here's a play-action pass. Shapen looking, has time, has a man for a check down. He'll get tackled after a gain of about 4 on the reception. And so it'll be a second down and medium coming up for Baylor with under 9:30 to go in the second quarter. The ball will officially be placed at the 42-yard line. And again, Baylor has not won the Big 12 championship since 2014. That was when there was no Big 12 championship game. They were one spot off of making the college football playoff, right behind Ohio State in the final rankings. Here's a handoff. The running back gets a lot of yards here after initially being stopped. Gets a nice push from his offensive line, and that'll bring up a first down for Baylor at about the 30-yard line or so. Didn't look like he was going to get much. But he fought his way through a few Oklahoma State defenders to get that extra yardage. That was Abram Smith, the senior, with the carry. Now 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Shapen looking here. He drops back. He has time. He throws to the left sideline. It's going to be caught for about a gain of 11 or 12 yards. So Baylor moves it into Oklahoma State red zone territory with 8:17 to go in the second quarter. That was Tyquan Thornton, the senior, with his first reception of the day. Under 8 minutes to go here. Chapin going to hand the ball off to his running back. His running back makes a few moves, still on his feet. The defense tries to rip that ball out again, but no dice there. They get a gain of about 6 or 7 to inside the 15, and it'll be a second down and short as we approach the halfway point of the second quarter. Of course, later today, there's Georgia and Alabama. There is Cincinnati and Houston. There's Michigan and Iowa. And if Baylor does win this, they still do have a chance if things go their way. Alabama, of course, probably has to get blown out by Georgia, but that's certainly a possibility. If Cincinnati loses, the door opens there. Here, there'll be a carry for about a gain of 4 or so yards. It looks like he might just be short of the first down. But if Baylor, if Michigan loses, if Cincinnati loses, if Alabama loses big, there's going to be a good chance for Baylor to get into that college football playoff if they were to win today. They are probably, presumably, at least in the top 6 with a win. They just need some other things to go their way to get inside the top 4. Officially a 3rd down and 1 here. Oklahoma State defense crown the line. It's going to be a toss to the left. The running back has a little bit of space. He gets the first down, brings this to the 6-yard line. So Oklahoma State was ready for maybe a quarterback sneak there up the middle. They crowd the line there right towards the middle, but it's a toss to the left. The Baylor offense fakes it out there. That's Treston Ebner with the carry. He had one man to beat, and he did so. So it's 1st down and goal now for the Bears. Abram Smith now in the backfield for Baylor. Current drive lasted 6 plays for 41 yards thus far. Chapin, pressure comes. He's going to have to throw that away, and he does. And no, they're saying it's a backwards pass, and Oklahoma State recovered. It does look like a forward pass, though. They're saying Oklahoma State has the football here, so they're going to have to review this. But pressure came. Chapin had to throw it away quickly. And let's see. And they're going to call intentional grounding here. So it's going to be, it is a forward pass, so Baylor avoids the fumble, but it's intentional grounding. And that's a loss of down and a penalty. So they're going to be backed up quite a bit here, have a 2nd down and very, very long. So if you're Baylor, something over nothing, I guess it is. Not a very good play overall. A net loss, but it's better than, of course, fumbling that football and having Oklahoma State gain possession. They are still reviewing the play here just to make sure it wasn't a backwards pass. It's going to be hard to overturn because it is close. But they are checking this. There's 6:15 to go in the second quarter. They're going to go a little bit of a break here. I'll be back in a minute. All right, everybody, welcome back to the stream. Baylor leads 14-3. After further review, it was ruled that it was a forward pass, so no backwards pass there. That would have been a crucial mistake for Baylor, giving the ball away to Oklahoma State when they were inside Oklahoma State territory. But it's just going to be a second down, and again, there is an intentional grounding penalty against Baylor. So it's second down and goal at the 21-yard line. So Baylor has a long way to go if they want to convert this. It was a forward pass by about a half of a yard, so not much. All right, so 6:15 to go here in the second quarter. Chapin looking, pressure comes, throws. It's going to be caught by his tight end, who gets a good gain of about maybe 8 or 9 yards on the play. Makes it a third down and much more manageable, but Baylor is still far and far away from that end zone. Ball officially placed at the 13-yard line, and again, third down and goal. That was Ben Sims, the junior tight end, with the reception there for Baylor. Smith in the backfield for the Bears right now. Chapin looking as time throws to the end zone. It is going to be caught again. And we have a Baylor touchdown. So the Bears pull away a little bit more. 20-3 is the score there. Good coverage, but Tyquan Thornton comes up with a crucial 13-yard touchdown reception to expand the lead for his team. So a drive that nearly gave Oklahoma State the ball back turns into a touchdown for Baylor. A beautifully thrown pass by Chapin, too, to get that into his receiver's hands. Score and drive lasted 9 plays for 47 yards, 4 minutes and 9 seconds, the official total time took. So now we should be expecting the extra point in just a second to expand this lead to 21-3. And here we go. Isaiah Hankins to kick it away, and there's a flag on the play. Looks like it might be a neutral zone infraction by Oklahoma State here. And it's going to be offside on Oklahoma State. The defender was in the neutral zone. That penalty is going to be declined anyway, so Baylor will just kick the extra point. No need to take the penalty anyway, only going to make a difference of about a yard or so. The kick is up, and it is good. So Baylor leads 21-3 here with 5:29 to go in the second quarter. We're going to go to commercial break. I'll be back in about a minute or so. Thank you for joining in. Welcome back to the Big 12 championship game, everybody. Baylor currently leads against Oklahoma State by a score of 21-3. The Baylor's trying to avenge their first loss of the season against the Pokes earlier this season in a 24-14 defeat. The kickoff is underway. This will go for a touchback. And so Oklahoma State still trying to find that first touchdown with 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Pokes obviously were looking today for a big performance, maybe a blowout to jump Cincinnati again to at least maybe the 4 spot, maybe the 3 spot. But it hasn't been like that so far today. And of course, they still can make the playoff. A win will definitely increase their playoff chances. But it's going to be hard now with the situation they are in. Because even if they win a close game and Cincinnati blows out Houston, they might not control their own destiny to get to the playoff. 5:30 now to go in the second quarter. Sanders looking. He throws a check down to his right. That's caught by his running back. It'll go for about a gain of 5 or so yards. Bring this one up to the 30-yard line with 5:22 to go in the second quarter. And, of course, those last 2 drives for Oklahoma State, quick 3-and-outs. Very simple drives. Baylor stopped pretty well. But anyway, they're going to the hurry up here. 2nd down and 4. Sanders looking. He has time. He throws a shot down the field. This is going to be caught by a man inside Baylor territory at the 43-yard line. A big play for Oklahoma State. Possibly their biggest of the game. That's Bray with the reception. And again, wasting no time here with the Cowboys. Empty backfield. Up back of the line. Sanders looking. He takes another shot downfield. This one, some pressure or some tight coverage, but it's going to be incomplete at the end of the day. So it's 2nd down and 10. A little bit of pushing by both sides, it looked like there. Looked like it even could have been called an offensive pass interference more so than a defensive pass interference, but there is no call on the play. So 2nd down and 10, Baylor will have a chance to make some substitutes here. 2nd down and 10. Sanders looking. It's a check down to the right to his running back. He'll get about a gain of 1 yard. That's Desmond Jackson with the catch and run, but it does bring up a 3rd down and 9 for Oklahoma State. They're not quite in field goal range yet. 4:35 to go in the second quarter. And it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here, maybe a timeout by Oklahoma State. Or no, sorry, it's an injured player on the field. On the Baylor side of football, actually. So that stops the clock. No timeout taken by either team. And we'll see who this is. And we're going to go to commercial break. I'll be back in just a minute or so, guys. Thanks for joining in. All right, everybody, welcome back to the stream. Oklahoma State facing a big third down conversion here in the second half. 3rd down and 9 officially. Jackson in the backfield for the Pokes. Sanders looking. He has time. Still looking. Throws. He's got a man across the 30 to about the 26-yard line. So Oklahoma State moves the chains with 4:27 to go in the second quarter. Ball at the 28-yard line. And again, wasting no time. Quick hurry up here. Sanders looking. Throws it to his right to a check down to his running back. He has space down the sideline. He'll get about a gain of 8 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and short. And again, even when going out of bounds, Oklahoma State wasting no time. Just trying to get this Baylor defense caught off guard. Sanders play action. Throws to the end zone here. It's going to be incomplete. A flag does come in late. It's going to be defensive pass interference clearly on Baylor. That was intended for Bray of Oklahoma State, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Pass interference, and it is on the defense. Really didn't look like a ton of pressure overall. Just looked like the defender did not turn his head in time. That was what caused the flag to come out. But now the ball at the 6-yard line. Oklahoma State has a golden opportunity to score their first touchdown of the game with 3:55 here to go in the second quarter. Sanders throws to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Brings up a 2nd down and goal. So good coverage by Baylor there. Again, it'll be interesting to see if Oklahoma State does not get this on their next 2 tries. Do they go for it on 4th down? They are down big here pretty early, so we'll have something that they will have to consider. Sanders looking, takes another shot to the end zone as pressure comes. This one bobbled, incomplete. No flags. They want a penalty, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal, so 2 straight incomplete passes in a row. Just like that, Oklahoma State's got to be a little bit more careful here. Going to have to draw up a big play. Certainly was tight coverage there. Wouldn't have been a shocker if a penalty did come in, but nothing is called, most likely because obviously a pass interference was just called a few plays ago. Empty backfield here behind Sanders, so here we go. Pass play coming up. Sanders looking. The pressure is going to come. He avoids the sack at first. He still avoids one. He throws to the end zone, but it's going to be incomplete at the end of the day. That will bring up a 4th down and goal. So Baylor gets a stop. They need 3 straight incomplete passes. And again, as I said, it's going to be interesting to see here if Oklahoma State decides to go for it. They are at the 6-yard line, and it does look like Sanders is coming off the field. So they're going to just choose to elect for the field goal here. So it's still going to be, at the end of the day, minimum a 15-point game. Tanner Brown made the first field goal of the game. This one, a quick 23-yard, the same as his first try. It's up. It is perfectly good. And so it is a 15-point game here. Baylor leads 21-6. They'll have a chance to try to end the half with the momentum changer. Oklahoma State does start, I believe, the second half with the football. And again, the college football playoff rankings obviously center stage with these conference championship games. Oklahoma State, a win will put them in good position. Baylor will have a chance with the win, not a great chance, not as great as Oklahoma State would have, but a chance if things play out, say Michigan loses or Alabama loses big or Cincinnati loses, they will have a chance at the college football playoff race. The Pac-12 championship game last night, Utah won pretty easily, no problems there. Beat Oregon for the 2nd time within 14 days. So the Utes will go to the Rose Bowl. Oregon, any last playoff chances they had, if chaos possibly struck, are now out of the question. There will be nobody from the Pac-12 making the playoff. Last team to make the Pac-12 from the playoff was Washington in 2016. So it's been a long time for that conference to get a team in the playoff. They've only made a national championship once in the college football playoff era. That was the first year when Oregon faced Ohio State in the same stadium that these two teams are playing today right now, AT&T Stadium, Jerry World in Arlington, Texas. The kickoff return will cost the returner a few yards. With 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. And again, the selection show Sunday, so we'll know the 4 playoff teams a little bit past noon. The games are played on New Year's Eve. I probably will do at least one of those games, I imagine, for play-by-play. Chapin going to hand it off here to his running back. His running back goes left, has a little bit of space here, and he's going to go out of bounds after getting about a gain of 12 yards or so. That's Smith with the carry. So they'll bring this past the 30-yard line right now. Chapin been playing nearly perfect today as quarterback. Very impressive so far. He's 14 for 14. So can't really get too much better than that, I would say. Here's a handoff to Smith. Smith will take it up the middle for about a gain of 5 or so. He gets half of it. So it'll be a second down and medium coming up. Now with under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. But certainly not the performance you would expect, especially after last week when Baylor struggled so much with Texas Tech. And of course, as I said earlier, Oklahoma State is in no way out of it. The Pokes were in a very similar situation last week, so a comeback wouldn't be very shocking. But they do need their defense to step it up big time. That's been the source of all their success this season. Second down and 5, throw over the middle. That's going to be caught for about a gain of 6 yards or so. It should be enough to move the chains. So Baylor with 2:28, knocking on midfield, knocking on field goal range here. A chance to put some more points on the board. There is an Oklahoma State defender that is slow to get up here, so it looks like we might have a timeout break. And we do. Seems to be a shoulder injury. And it looks to be Christian Holmes, a cornerback, grad transfer out of Missouri, I believe. And we're going to take a quick break here for just about a minute or so. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream, or welcome back to the stream, I should say. Baylor hands the football off here. The running back at Smith, he has space to the right. He'll get a gain of about 7 yards, and they have this around midfield, approaching under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter at the end of the first half. Baylor does have all 3 timeouts left, as well as Oklahoma State, so they can stop this clock whenever they wish. The ball officially at the 47-yard line of Baylor. Bears already have 170 yards of total offense compared to that of Oklahoma State's 130. The Bears really hitting on all fronts better than Oklahoma State, except for third down conversions. That's been Oklahoma State's one impressive feat so far on offense today. Play clock down to 1. Baylor just gets it off in time. It's a screen pass to the left. The receiver will get about a gain of 1 or maybe 2 yards, but it does bring up a third down here, and that clock is running. We are under 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Oklahoma State not choosing to call a timeout quite yet. Ball officially at the 49-yard line, so Baylor has a big decision coming up. Good chances of run here. Chapin is still perfect as quarterback today. So here we go. Under 1 minute now officially. Baylor 3 for 5 on third down today. They're in the I formation here. It's going to be a play action, a throw down the field. He has a man open at the 35-yard line. That is Sims with the reception there. He already has a touchdown today, and Baylor moves the chains with 46 seconds to go in the second quarter. The clock is going to start again, and they do have all 3 timeouts choosing not to take one. But they got to get back to the line quickly here. And now they do call a timeout. So they're going to choose to call a timeout here, but a big third down conversion to put them near field goal range. Pressure did come, but Chapin got off in time. He keeps his streak of complete passes alive. Still perfect today. So impressive on all fronts. Baylor still, again, 2 timeouts, so you have plenty of time to get the ball in the end zone even. A field goal certainly not out of reach. Only take about 5 or 6 yards to put you probably in that range. And Chapin, when you have a quarterback who's 17 for 17, you got to feel confident in him to throw the football, to make big plays, as he's done so far today. Chapin looking here, has time, and he's going to look like he's going to run with it here. He has a little bit of space, still on his feet, and he'll get about 8 yards here. They're probably going to need to call another timeout. And no, the clock is running, so they're going to have to get back quickly to the line. There was an Oklahoma State man down, though, so Oklahoma State is going to involuntarily he's going to involuntarily be responsible for a timeout here. And so Baylor gets to keep 2 timeouts with 31 seconds here to go in the second quarter. The Oklahoma State defender wincing in pain. So we'll go to a break for just a minute. All right, everybody, welcome back to the stream. I'm sorry for missing this last play. It was an incomplete pass. Chapin took a shot to the end zone. It's his first incomplete pass of the game. So it brings up a 3rd down and 2 with 25 seconds to go in the first half. Oklahoma State has all 3 timeouts. Baylor still has 2. So they could try to run it here and get back to the line quickly. And it is going to be a run. Smith will take it. He gets the first down. Will get about a gain of 7 yards, but they got to get quickly to the line here. They have absolutely no time to waste. So Chapin back up the line. They get off quickly. Don't waste much time. Here's a shot to the end zone. The pass is incomplete with 14 seconds to go. Good coverage there. So it's 2nd down and 10. That was intent for Thornton. He already has a touchdown today. Baylor still has both timeouts, so if they get a gain here, obviously you would assume they would call one immediately. They might not even be able to use either of the 2. There's not much time left. Chapin looking. He throws the right. It's going to be incomplete. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And now they're facing a 3rd down and 10. That was intended for Sims. The ball is at the 21-yard line. Just not a great pass by Chapin. That's his 3rd incompletion of the day, all coming on this drive in the last few plays. And it looks like Baylor is going to call their 2nd charge timeout with 10 seconds to go. Smart play. Oh, no, sorry, they do not call timeout. My bad. The play clock is running down, though. They might have to anyway. And yes, now they do call a timeout. So Baylor officially takes their second charge timeout. They have one more to go. And again, a smart decision here because you're probably only going to get to use one at most. So Baylor will talk things over here. A field goal would return it to a 3-possession game. It's currently still a 2-possession game right now. Oklahoma State does start with the ball to begin the second half. Smith in the backfield for Baylor. Chapin looking. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. This is going to be incomplete, just out of bounds with 5 seconds to go. And Chapin and company come off the field here on 4th down and 10 with 5 seconds. Now on for the field goal try for Baylor, make it a 3-possession game. Lucky that pass was as bad as it is, just dropped out of bounds, clearly off target. If it was a little bit more on target, very well could have been intercepted and going the other way. It's going to be a 39-yard. This is the first field goal of the game. Kick is up. It's nearly blocked. It is, and it's going to be no good. So the Oklahoma State defender did get a piece of it, and that brings us to halftime. So I'll take a break, guys. Thank you for joining in. Baylor retains a 15-point lead, but Oklahoma State makes a crucial block to make it a 2-possession game. Thank you guys for joining in.